Today I'll be teaching you how to create Reddit story videos for YouTube using AI. But before we get into that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Arles Coleman. I'm also known as Dr. Showman, and I've been creating content for 15 years, and I'm always evolving and learning. Now, also check out our upcoming e-learning app, Digital Brain. It will help you make money online without spending thousands of dollars on courses. Go ahead and check it out now. Let's get into today's video. So as you can see, I'm already searching Reddit, and usually I'm in the subreddit group r/sleep because you can find some very scary stories, and today we're specifically going to be targeting scary stories. I can show you this channel called Snook, and Snook right now is making about $10,000 per month on average. Seems he has a pretty good niche because he's having day after day growth. But let's head over to his channel and take a look at how the videos look. And these are chilling stories from Reddit. He puts timestamps and things of that nature. What I've noticed is these videos are very, very simple to make and not hard. As you can see, he puts like some intro images at the beginning of the stories that he's going to be talking about. And then in the actual images, they will be used that he screenshots along with the voiceover. But don't worry, you don't have to actually use a direct voiceover, right? You don't have to do it if you don't want to. What's cool is that you could actually use Elevenlabs to do your voiceover very, very easily. I actually do this right now with some of my faceless videos that have actually done pretty well myself. So like I said, you could just use Elevenlabs. It seems like he has a looping background behind each of the images, so it's not going to be super hard for you to recreate these videos. Another thing too is that what you can make different from his videos, because it seems like he just kind of presents the stories and then he will put the screenshots. You can actually put the images of each story at the beginning with like a scary sound to make them just a little bit more cooler. And as for his thumbnail style, you don't actually have to use the same thumbnail style. For my horror videos over on my Horror Central Faceless channel, you can actually use an AI thumbnail that looks scary. So we're going to walk you through that process as well. And if you don't have money for Midjourney, I would say I prefer you to use Midjourney, but I know that it's $10 a month, and some of you are just trying to get started for free. Maybe you have an internet connection, and I want to show you the best way to do that so you can start generating money online right now. So what you want to do is head over to Pika Labs right now. And with Pika Labs, what's really, really cool is that you can sign in and start using it right now. Now, Pika Labs has free generations. I don't know how many per day, but I've used them for like a kid's channel. I've used them for my horror channel and a bunch of other instances that I've used it for. And I have a Notion template down below so you can get the free resources that you need to start making these videos and start generating money. If you download it down below, I will send it for free. But if you comment AI tools, I will also make sure they get sent to you somehow. But definitely comment, engage. I'll make sure to send it to you. Say something down below or click the link in the description. I don't care. Let's get you started today. But I just want to show you what it would look like. It's very similar to like DALL-E or some of these other platforms you have seen in the past. You go to 1.5 or the classic model, and you skip, and you should be able to generate. So if you go to 1.5, it will make you a generation for free. So just make sure you go down here, click here, bam. And now it is generating. Let's see how fast it does it. There's also another way to actually get your Pika generations. So what you can do is open Discord and go to Discord and click Discover. It's usually at the bottom on desktop, depending on what you are. It usually should be the same on a mobile app. And then what I want you to do with Discord is I want you to type in Pika. So you type in Pika, and Pika will be an app in Discord, and it's faster generations and automatically knows your subscription. So you could just pick the model 1.5 automatically. It does it for you in Discord, like I said, and then you could just generate. So I'm gonna show you how to generate in Discord because their UI is a little different. So in here, you want to just click the slash, and then you want to click animate if you want to animate an image, or if you want to click create. So you could just say create a cyborg fighting a man or something, just something random, you know. And now you can see that it is queued and we just have to wait. And in the meantime, while we're allowing Pika to generate our images, then we're gonna move on to the next part. So you want to create some intros really quickly. So now I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT with Elevenlabs, and this is very crucial because you're going to need some intros created for your video to bring all this together and to have it read out. So first things first, we're just going to go ahead and start finding our stories for these Reddit chilling stories that we're going to recreate. Some scary stories. My family met an elf. It smiled. It sang. It took. Not pretty good. And you just want to look for something that's pretty long, like a very long story, like this one. A wild animal stalked my cul-de-sac over the summer. So this looks like a pretty good story. All we're gonna do is simply click Shift, Command, and 4 if you're on the computer and you need to screenshot some images. You can use your phone as well and just airdrop them to your Mac if that's something you want to do. What I like to do too is if I'm on Mac, I'm just going to go to my notes and simply type in something quick so I know that the title's there. And then I'm going to do is go through and screenshot some parts of this story. Now the other thing as well is that you're going to have to copy this entire story and put it in Elevenlabs. But first things first, I want to show you another way that you could screenshot if you're on Windows, because I don't know too much about Windows and you may need to use a different tool to screenshot. And I use both. So I'm going to show you this. On Chrome, if you go here, there is a tool called Awesome Screenshot. It is completely free. You could easily use it to just select an area. So you're just going to go to the Chrome Web Store. And what's cool is that you could just kind of stretch that out and bring it all the way down, just in case you want to just do it this way and then crop it as you go through the screen share. But it's cool, you could just capture really easily or however you want to do it. There's so many ways you could go about it, but it can literally screenshot this entire image. And as you can see, it's just automatically doing it here. And bam, I now have a screenshot of the entire story, which is awesome. But this is how I would prefer you to screenshot it. So I would say screenshot the title, make that separate. So do it like this. And then what I would do, and also, by the way, just to make sure, if I was to go about this, I would go down and I would literally just screenshot like the first part of the page here. Let me move this out the way. So you can kind of go about it here. Screenshot 1. Bam. And what I would do is like kind of save it in your notes if you're on Mac, or just have a designated folder if you're on Windows to make sure that it's going in the right place so you don't lose track. You're going to paste into Elevenlabs like I showed in the example. You're going to take the story here, and it's best if you go ahead and just paste it in your model. So here we are, we're in Elevenlabs now. Just paste it here. It looks like this does go over a bit. So I'm just going to cut some of this out so I don't have to worry about it, because I'm not going to use every single screenshot, and save myself some credits. And I already have a model that I created, and I suggest you create a voice model, or if you have a model that you prefer to use that you can get, you're allowed to use, I would do that as well. And then you're just going to click generate speech. Like I said, this is going to be created in minutes, so don't worry. Now that this is created in minutes, bam. And also, as you can see, this is how the image for Pika looks. Now it is weird. It kind of didn't do what I told it to do. It did something completely out of range of what I asked for, but that happens. You just have to be careful with Pika. Now Pika is not always accurate, but you can do the best with what you can. And that's why I say maybe you want to go with Midjourney instead of Pika, but this is what it generated. And this is probably what we're just going to go ahead and use as a thumbnail. So another thing I like to do is go to Google and just search for scary images. And a lot of times they have images that are pretty good. So here you can just kind of save and type in scary thumbnail, horror thumbnail. And just make sure it's not something you've already seen on YouTube, of course. This is actually pretty good. We can use this because it's somebody else's thumbnail that I think have already created this. But you get the idea. This is a horror story. You can actually take this and save it since it's made by Canva. And then what we could do is go to remove background. And I'll always have all these tools down below. Upload it here. And it should remove the girl in the background. You're going to click download. And now you're going to go into Canva and create a quick thumbnail. We're just going to do a quick walkthrough with this tool. Nothing crazy. We're going to use the initial image we downloaded of the door. So we're going to find that, post it, bam. And then we're going to upload our removed background image. Very easy, right? And now we're going to put scary stories. So we're just going to put scary, or we could put chilling Reddit stories. And then we can just find like a font that's actually pretty scary. So also you want to add effects, add an outline, of course, something that makes it look a little bit more, put something scary. And here's the Jeepers font. So this is actually a pretty good one. You can also add a red outline if that's something you want to do to the effects. That is totally up to you, but you don't have to do that. And bam, we have a Reddit stories thumbnail pretty easily. Now that we've created our thumbnail, now we're gonna go to Pexels and get our looping background video. So we're going to Pexels. They have free stock footage. And we're just going to choose something scary, like something like that. Something that can be, eerie or scary background. Something that's just like very rough to look at and use that. We don't want it to be too like bloody because YouTube can be weird about that, depending on what it is. But we're just going to take a couple of them and just use them to our advantage. So now we're in ChatGPT and we're just going to say create a horror story video script for YouTube for my channel Horror Central. So we can actually just go here to ChatGPT and put the exact topic and just copy it here and put only an intro. Not a full story. The reason why you want to specify that is because we're only going to have it talk about it briefly. So for instance, you can see this. Of course, it's going to run on and you're just going to take the parts you need. So here we can see, good evening, dear viewers, and welcome back to Horror Central, where the strange and sinister are always just a breath away. So we kind of want to just not have too much of this, maybe have the first sentence. Tonight we delve into something that creeps a little close to home. So I usually take this little excerpt and I actually go in here and just to double check, I think this voiceover is done. So we're simply just going to take video for story. And we also have our videos for Pexels that we're going to use the loop. And again, we're just simply going in here, removing this, and just taking out the parts we do not need. So as you can see, now we're going to start with making sure that we are putting our assets in the video. So now we head over to CapCut and start editing the videos. And we just go ahead and put all our little assets in here. And we're just going to start off with some horror music. We're going to find a horror sound, something that's related to horror. Maybe it's a suspenseful sound, something like a thriller. Let's take a listen. That's a little too much. Just find something that's more chill. Oh, that's actually really good. Okay, now we're going to add our voiceovers really quickly. Now you can just open your notes and drag your parts into CapCut very easily, or screenshots. Super quick and out the way. I'm only going to add probably the first 3 parts, and that'll be it. Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome back to Horror Central, where the strange and sinister are always just a breath away. I am your guide to the grotesque, your curator of chaos, Dr. Showman. Tonight we delve into a tale that creeps closer to home. Picture this, a quiet suburban cul-de-sac. So that's just an example of how the intro could be, and then we can just go straight to the story. So what I want you to do is take a bunch of this footage, right? We're not even going to worry about it. We're just going to blur this footage with a blur effect. So we're just going to go here. And then all we're going to do is go here, just create a compound effect, and then add a blur effect to it. And usually you can just go to effects in CapCut and type in blur. I believe you can add to the intensity of the blur as well. I'm not too sure, but there should be a way to make the blur very, very strong. Yep. So you want to choose that first effect available and just really, really blur it. And I think you can actually add it multiple times to just keep blurring it even more and more. And you just want to keep doing that until it's just super blurred to the point to where it's almost unrecognizable. So then when it's played through, and then also what you can do is keep copying that same blurred content as a compound clip and just keep using it throughout the story, so you don't have to keep worrying about it. All right, here we go. Another dog went missing last night. I want you to take a taser with you the next time you take Perry out for a... Then you just gotta kind of look at this and see, and what you could kind of do is add an animation to it, so it feels kind of fluid. Dog went missing last night. You can actually turn up the duration of that entire. Another dog went missing last night. I want you to take a taser with you the next time you take Perry out. And if you think so, you could actually turn it down and find a better animation. Sometimes some people like to find something that just kind of shakes it so it lasts long. Another dog went missing last. But it's pretty fun. Another dog went missing last. Perry, our light blue terrier, was resting his graying chin on... I mumbled under my breath. I could hear Ma roll her eyes. The Stevenson's dog went missing last night. And like I said, you're just going to recopy that compound clip, or you're basically going to keep doing that all the way through until your video is pretty much done matching the audio. What you can also do is go through to each section, and once it's done, you can kind of crop it. So here's an example. Ominously. So with ominously, you know that kind of ended right there. So we want to just go to that sentence. Max, and had barely been listening. What? I mumbled under my breath. I could hear Ma roll her eyes. The Stevensons. So here the Stevensons start here, and then we just kind of want to go to crop, and we can easily crop images inside. So we just go here to the Stevenson's dog, and we can kind of, and their crop tool isn't the greatest, but you get the point. You can kind of just do it sentence by sentence. Dog went missing last night. They posted about it in the Good Watch page. Third one. And see, you can kind of do it by that as well. So also the music is a little too loud, but let's go over the footage and look at it again and add what I call captions. So you can also go to captions and just go to audio and do what's called AI packaging. Or so in CapCut, you can go over to text and click AI packaging and click start, and it will take all the sound effects, the voiceover, and make captions. Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome back to Horror Central, where the strange and sinister are always just a breath away. I am your guide to the grotesque, your curator of chaos, Dr. Showman. Tonight we delve into a tale that creeps closer to home. Picture this, a quiet suburban cul-de-sac where the laughter of children and the hum of sprinklers usually fill the summer air. But this year, something darker slipped into the neighborhood. Missing last night, I want you to take a taser with you the next time you take Perry out for a walk. My mom commanded me. She sat at the kitchen counter overlooking the living room, her phone hanging dryly off her hand. So as you can see with the final result, you can definitely make these Reddit stories very, very easily. Make sure you subscribe for more. And also, if you're looking to have guidance or someone help you side by side, my friend Monique on Mon's Guide actually makes tutorials on this types of stuff. And once again, check out my Notion templates down below. So if you need help from me or her, check out the link to Tuber University down below, and I will see you guys. Peace.